Hi guys, it's Carly. If you are tuning in, thank you for coming to my brand new YouTube channel. So YouTube videos and things like that are kind of something I've wanted to do for a very long time, but I never quite had the confidence to do it or had any idea what I would do the videos about. And during these last few months, which have been very testing times for all of us, I really got back into the show Glee, and Glee is something that I've always loved, a show I've always loved. I've been obsessed with Glee since 2010, so I've been a Gleek now for about 10 years, and I've always loved it. But during these last few months I've watched it over and over again because I just can't get enough of it, and it has been my happy place, you know. And I thought a really nice video ideas for me to do would be to do it on the Glee and the Glee cast. So if you like that sort of thing, stay tuned. I know I really like watching, you know, interviews of the cast members. I enjoy watching people talk about each cast member, you know, the show in general, what they thought of it, what they do and do not like about the show. And I find that kind of thing really, I really enjoy doing it, so I thought, why not give it a go with me? So if you do like that kind of thing, stick around. There will be a new video every week on a Sunday at 7 p.m. So hope you subscribe if you want to see that kind of thing. So I thought a really nice way though for you guys to get to know me and some of my thoughts about the characters and kind of things that went on in the show without in too much detail, because like I said, there will be a new video every week, would actually be to do the Glee Tag challenge. I am very excited about this. I found these questions online. I just typed in the Glee challenge tag. I would give credit to whoever made this with these questions, but I have absolutely no clue who made them, because it's not water credited with their name or anything. So if these are yours, credit to you. If not, like I said, I don't know who done these, but I've written down some questions. I've written 21 of the questions down because there was 40 and I thought I might condense it down a little bit, so I've got it down to 21 of the questions. So I hope you guys like it. So the first question is, who is my favourite male character? My favourite male character personally is Blaine. I absolutely love Blaine. I think he has got the absolute most insane voice ever. I absolutely love it. He's such a strong male on the show. And I know some people are a bit controversial about Blaine because they don't like him because he cheated on Kurt and because he became very needy, especially in seasons kind of 4 or 5, didn't he? He became like the really needy character. But I understand why he became so needy, because if you think about it, right, he'd gone from me having really sort of like in Kurt's position, but not in as severe as Kurt's position. Well, he did get bullied, so I suppose it's severe, but he went from having no one to having Kurt, and then all of a sudden, with his support obviously, but within a day he'd lost Kurt, and then Kurt never really came back. And I know how he became so needy can be annoying, but I still love him. And although I think all the male voices on the show are really strong, I do think that Darren Criss, who plays Blaine, has got the strongest male voice out of them all. But I just love Blaine because he's a precious little soul who needs to be protected. So the next question leads me to, who is my favourite female character? Now, this character is not only my favourite female character, they are my favourite character on the whole of the show. They're a very controversial character, a bit like Marmite. I always say, you either love her or hate her. Yes, it is Rachel Berry. Rachel is my favourite character on the whole show. And I know she's one of those really controversial characters, isn't she? You either love her or you hate her, and I love her. I know she can be annoying, and some of the things she does, like when she said sunshine to a crack house, what the hell was going on, Rachel Berry, was very wrong, but I love her still. I understand when she's being annoying and kind of over the top and like always wants to be the star. I get why she is that way, and she has got the most indescribable amazing, like I get goosebumps anytime I hear Leah Michelle, who plays Rachel Singh, like, love her, Leah Michelle, or hate her, I get goosebumps when she is so incredibly freaking talented. I think she has, whether you want to hear this or not, and it, like I said, it's my opinion, she has got the best voice on the show. And I know that might not be what all people think, and that's absolutely fine if you don't think, but I think personally she's got the best voice. When I never used to like Glee, believe it or not, which is hard to believe considering I'm doing a Glee YouTube channel, but I used to not like Glee for like the first, well, I didn't get into it till like the late season 2, so I suppose you could say late 2010. I didn't like it, but I heard a cover by Leah Michelle, who plays Rachel, and oh my god, that is what made me go watch the show again and give it another chance, and I'm so glad I did. So love her or hate her, I think she's got the best voice in the show, and she gets really, I think she's one of those characters that had the most development of growth over the show. Like, she went from being like this really like forceful, like only me, to really caring about her friends, and I think she personally had one of the best developments on the show personally. Like, again, you might not agree with me, but that's just my opinion. Now, the third question is, who is my least favourite male character? Now, this one was so hard for me, and to say, because the character, it's Roderick, okay? And I'll explain why it was so hard for me to say. The thing is, right, I have met Noah Guthrie, who plays Roderick on the show in real life. I used to go to Glee conventions. I will talk about my experience meeting cast members and what they are like in real life, in my opinion, because I met Becca Tobin, who plays Kitty Wells. I met Billy Lewis Jr., who plays Mason McCarthy. I met Dominic Mans and Kurt Megger, who played to the Warblers, Trent and Nick. And I met Noah Guthrie, who plays Roderick. And the thing is, he is so nice, and he sang, like, he done like this songs for us when we were there, and he is insanely talented again. But unfortunately, I just think he was a bit of a bland character. I'm sorry, I feel really bad saying that, but I think he was a bland character. And I think, unfortunately, I think if the show had have gone on, he could have had a bit more depth and be a really good character. But I mean, I was really sad and happy at the same time when Glee ended, because I feel like it got to that point of season 6 where it kind of needed to end. But I was really sad to see the show end. But like I said, the point is, I think if we had gone beyond and gone on to a season 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, whatever, I think, you know, there could have been a lot more depth to the character. But unfortunately, I just don't like Roderick as a character, and he's probably one of the worst. He's my worst male character. So the fourth question is, who is my favourite least female character? And again, I'm really sorry, it's a season 6 movie. I'm really sorry if you like season 6. I don't like season 6 of Glee. I like a few episodes. I think I like 3 episodes. But apart from that, I don't like season 6. I'm really sorry. And it's another season 6 movie, and it's Madison McCarthy. I'm really sorry. I really don't like Madison as a character. I think she's so annoying, and not just like a little bit annoying, like overly annoying. Like, I get the protectiveness thing, and I get like where she's coming from with Mason, her twin brother, but sometimes I feel like punching her, which I know is really bad to say, but I really just don't like her as a character. It's nothing against, right, I can never say her name. Is it Laura Dreyfuss or Dreyfuss? I can never pronounce her last name. I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Dreyfuss or Dreyfuss. But anyway, she is super talented, and she's such a good actress. And again, I think it's just one of those things where season 6 was ending and they didn't really have the room to kind of develop these characters into more prominent, defining characters. Personally, that's my opinion. But yeah, sorry, Madison's my least favourite character. So the fifth question is my favourite crack ship. Now, I'm a bit of a sucker for a crack ship. I do love a crack ship. My favourite crack ship is Burberry. But now, I know Rachel and Quinn are not lesbians on the show. But I think if there was an alternative universe where everyone was, you know, a different sexuality or to what they are, I think Burberry would be a really good couple. I do have a little soft spot in my heart for Burberry. So the next question is my favourite original song. my personal favourite original song was so hard to choose. I love so many of the original songs. I know people, that's another thing, people don't really like the original songs, do they? I know a lot of people that don't like them, but I personally love them. I do like the 1 to 3, seasons 1 to 3 original songs, well, 2 and 3 more than like the ones that were in 4 and 5 and all that, etc. But I had to say 2 songs because I couldn't decide, and it is Get It Right and Loser Like Me. I absolutely love Get It Right. I relate to the lyrics a lot on Get It Right, and I just love Loser Like Me because Loser Like Me is like the anthem for Glee, isn't it? It's like, be proud of who you are, don't be ashamed of who you are is good enough for you, and that is absolutely fine. And the next question is my favourite couple on the show. Oh, God bless my Finchel heart. Finchel is my OTP forever. Like, I know they went through a lot of breakups, and I know they probably, a lot of people don't think they're maybe too right, but I think they are so freaking adorable when they are together. They could be no more opposite than each other, but I absolutely freaking love it. And Finchel will always be my OTP. And do you know what the thing is? When Corey Monteith, God bless his heart, died in real life, my heart broke. Like, I will explain it later, but my heart just broke. And I because they were obviously going out in real life as well, but I'm so happy that Leah's found Zandy now, and you know, she's got a new life. So my least favourite couple on the show. So okay, I've got two least favourite couples on the show. My absolute worst one of all time is Blainowski. Why the hell did the writers put Blaine and Karofsky together? Like, that was the worst decision out of all the couples they ever did. Who is with me on this? Like, I was so angry when they done that with Kurt and Blaine, and they put Blaine and that together. I hated it. And my other couple is Tati. Right, the thing is, right, I love Tati as a friendship. I hate them as a couple. I don't think they are suited to each other. I think Artie was really good when he was with Kitty, and I think Mike and Tina were really well together. I hate Tati as a couple. I just don't understand. I mean, I know they started off together, but I don't understand how they stay together pretty much throughout the first season. But I hated them as a couple. I love them as a friendship, I hate them as a couple. The next question is favourite quote from the show. Now, I kind of mentioned this on my Instagram, but my favourite quote of all time is a Quinn for Break quote, and it's the quote, "You can't change your past, but you can let go and start your future." I think that is such an amazing quote. Like, it's the truth, isn't it, really? You can't change your past, you can't change what you've done or what's happened, but you can let go, grow from it, and start your future and start afresh. And I just think it's such an inspiring and amazing quote. Favourite adult is the next question. My favourite adult is Sue. I think she is hilarious, and the thing I love most about Sue is she does not hold back. Like, I know some of the stuff she says and does is really mean, but it's so funny at the same time. So I love Sue. Sue's my favourite adult. Which leads me on to the next question, who is my least favourite adult? Now, I'm probably going to have some disagreements here. Holly Holiday is my worst adult. I hate Holly as a character. Like, she is so over the top, and I know in some ways she was supposed to be over the top, like that was supposed to be her personality, but I just find her really annoying. And she just, I know she was not supposed to take things seriously because that's part of the character, but I didn't like that. Like, when she was subbing, I don't think she really did care for the children, which really bothered me. But hey ho, that's my opinion. The next question is my favourite guest star. My favourite guest star was Kate Hudson, who played Cassandra July, who was Rachel's dance teacher on season 4 of the show. I think I liked Cassandra, well, Kate Hudson, but as Cassandra, because I think she's an amazing singer. Like, I didn't know she could sing, and the thing is, when she done that mashup of Americana and dance again, that was amazing. Like, seriously. And honestly, I loved her as a guest star. I think she was a bit of a toned down alcoholic version like Sue, which is why I think I liked her as a guest star, but she was amazing. Next question is someone you want to guest star. Now, I love Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande is another one who's got like one of those artists that's got such a distinct, amazing voice. So I would love to have seen if the show was still on, Ariana Grande guest star on it. I know she done Ryan Murphy's Scream Queens after, didn't she, with like Leah Michelle, Nick Jonas, Keke Palmer, Skylar Samuels, Emma Roberts and all that, but she was only in it for like 2 episodes. I would love to have seen her in that more, or like I said, I would love to have seen her on Glee. I think she could have been like a really good character. Okay, the next question is most heartbreaking moment. There are so many heartbreaking moments on Glee that make me like cry. So we could talk about Roots Before Branches, when Finn's like running after Rachel on the train, that makes me cry. We could talk about Quinn's car accident, that makes me cry. We could talk about when Santana talks to her abuela and her abuela like rejects her because she's just come out that she likes girls. We could talk about that, but my most heartbreaking moment is the quarterback episode. My heart shatters into a million pieces. Like, the thing is with me with Glee, I can watch every single season over and over and over again, one after the other. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I'll just watch it all year round. But that episode I can only watch once when I watch Glee, because it breaks my heart too much. Like, the cast, their real emotions that the cast showed, they could only do like, I think it was, they said like 1 or 2 takes for each one, because the cast just couldn't hold it together, which I don't blame. And the thing is, when Corey Monteith died in obviously real life, I've never been really affected by a celebrity's death before, but Corey Monteith hit me hard in ways I didn't imagine. And that's not me being disrespectful, but the thing is, I never thought it could hit me that way, because the thing is, we don't know these people. Like, yes, we watch them on Glee, and yes, we relate to the characters. You might relate to Finn Hudson's character, you might relate to Artie's character, you might relate to Tina's, Santana, Brittany, Sugar, Rachel, Kurt, Blake. You can relate to any of the characters, and you see these traits in them, but we don't know these people personally. And that's why I was so shocked with the way Corey Monteith, and even more recently Naya Rivera, hit me. Like, even when Naya Rivera, I was so sad when Naya Rivera died. Like, I cried my heart, but it didn't really hit me. And then I watched, you know, the tribute videos and everything to her, and that's when it hit me, and it was like, it's really gone. And it was the same with Corey. Like, I was when I found out about him, I was reading all these articles and things, and I didn't believe it. And then when I was reading them, it just hit me like they're really gone. And you know, it was so sad. But I can't watch the quarterback episode without sobbing my heart out. It absolutely shatters my heart into a million pieces when I watch that episode. So the next one, on a more brighter note, is the character you relate to the most, and I probably relate to Rachel the most. I know that's a bit of a bold statement, but I do relate to Rachel the most. You know, I wasn't very popular in secondary school. I had hardly any friends, and you know, I'm not musically inclined in any way. You know, I can't just sing to save my life, I can't dance to save me life, but I do relate to a lot of Rachel's character traits, and that's not to be a bad thing, because, you know, even if you find her annoying and you don't like Rachel, I think you can never really judge who a person relates to on the show, because we don't know anybody at the end of the day unless you're personal friends with someone. So, and I think Rachel was a character that, especially as the show went on, I picked up little pieces more and more, and that's why I probably relate to Rachel the most. Next question is my favourite duet. So I picked 3 because I couldn't pick a favourite duet. I love Love Song, which is sung by Quinn, Rachel and Santana. I also picked Take Me or Leave Me, which is sung by Mercedes and Rachel, and For Good, which is Rachel and Kurt. And I'm not just saying that because Rachel's in all 3 and Rachel's my favourite character. I do really like those, and I think they're very strong songs as duets. Okay, the next one is my favourite tribute episode. So I didn't really used to like the tribute episodes, and if I did pick one, I tend to pick I would have probably picked the Lady Gaga Born This Way one, but actually my favourite tribute episode now is the Michael episode. I love all the songs. I think the cast did really great, like, reinvention of them, and I think they were spot on with each character who sang it, and I think it's just a really good episode, the Michael episode, personally, myself. And not to mention Finchel, my OTP, get engaged in that one, which I'm still angry at that they broke them up by the end of the season. Okay, my all-time favourite episode. Okay, again, I picked 3 because I couldn't pick. I love the New York episode at the end of season 2, just because Finch will get back together, and I think it's a really strong episode. I love Comeback. Again, I think it's got some really great themes in it. So again, another strong. And I love Blame It on the Alcohol because I love seeing what I think the cast would be like drunk, and I think it's such a funny episode. But yeah, they're my favourite 3 episodes. Okay. Scene that makes you laugh. They are, to be honest, anything can make me laugh. You know, it can be the way a character delivers the line. It could be the way that someone says something or does something. But there are 3 numbers on Glee that are made, will definitely make me cackle, not just laugh, but cackle with laughter if I watch them, and that is Born Again. Now, I'm sorry if anyone's religious, this is not meant disrespectfully, but it's so bad to the point it's funny. Like, I don't know why the writers thought that putting Rachel in a Catholic schoolgirl costume, Finn in a priest costume, and I'm singing this beautiful, you know, song Born Again. Oh, it's laughable. I love another thing that makes me laugh is Push It. I can't take them seriously in that number. Like, Gleeks, you'll know what I mean. And the 3rd number that makes me cackle with laughter is Toxic, and it's the fact that Will does like this. It's not really it's such a bad number. No, it's a good number, but what he does with the students is so inappropriate. You then have Sue pull the fire alarm, cause like this stampede of all the kids to come screaming out. You then have not poor Jacob, because I don't like Jacob as a character. Poor Jacob like gets trampled on, and then he's like passed out while Sue's like then got now like whiplash because she's done that. It's so funny. I just love it. Next question is, are we on the last 2, guys? Favorite group number. I love all the group numbers. I do think they have really good dynamics, each of the groups. 2 numbers that stand out for me though are Dog Days Are Over and We Are Young, just because I think they showed how much fun the cast really did used to have together. And I think they're just really fun numbers that they do. So them 2 probably stand out, but like I said, I couldn't pick one group number. And the last question is, favourite friendship. Bless my Hummleberry heart, Hummleberry is my favourite friendship. I love how they went kind of similar frenemies to real best friends. Like, they had such a good friendship development over the show, and they were always there for each other despite their arguments, despite what happens in the end. They were always there for each other, and I just love them. I understand why they clashed in the 1st season though. I think it was the fact they were so similar, and they both had a lot of growing to do, and they obviously grew by the 2nd season, but I think they were so similar, and that's why they clashed in the 1st. But they weren't really enemies, but they weren't really friends either, so they were frenemies. But I do as well, I can never pronounce it, Kurt, Chel, Tana. I do love Kurt, Rachel and Santana. I wish they'd done more with them as a friendship, but obviously there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes between the actors and actresses, so I think that's probably why they didn't do more with Kurt, Chel, Tana, but I would have loved to have seen them do more with it personally, but that's just my opinion. So that's it, guys. That's all the questions from the Glee tag. I hope you did like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will be back next week with another Glee video, so like I said, if you like it, stick around. I hope you do enjoy the videos. Bye, guys.